many people I have seen think that success is easy and think that it's so easy to make money right now. And it's kind of true, but it's also not really true at the same time, right? So this is a big problem I have seen in society. And I think it has to do with our society slowly becoming more and more feminine, obviously because of social media and other things. These are all statistical facts too, right? So most men are now, all right, the porn rates are at all time high. I'm not lying there. Most men who are older are single. Testosterone rates are at all time low. Things like that are pushing our society to a more feminine society. And the problem with that is, look, we need our men to be masculine and we need our women to be feminine, right? That's true. And the problem with men right now is some men are so fucking lazy. And this is true, right? So if you see a girl, an average girl's life is going to be hard in its own ways, and also an average man's life is hard in its own ways too, right? But this is the difference, right? A man is expected to provide, a man is expected to work, a man is expected to care for his family, right? As the man, you're the man of the household. Your job is to provide. You're supposed to be the breadwinner. Like that's kind of what you're supposed to be, right? That's just society right there. And the problem with that is most of these average women don't really want to be with an average guy. And this is kind of going back to the whole emotions thing. Whenever society becomes extremely feminine, the problem is people ride on emotions. Emotions are obviously important, but I'm going to talk about why I actually ignore emotions. I don't even care about how I feel at all. And that's kind of why I've been very successful, right? So this is the point I'm saying. Women tend to have more emotions than men, right? But as someone myself, I am more of a emotionally a null person. I don't care about how I feel because I work. And trust me, there are definitely days where I don't feel the best. There are days where I feel tired, maybe even sad or depressed. Sure, you can call it that. Maybe, I lost $5,000 or something. I don't know. Like things like that happen. Perhaps I did, perhaps I didn't, right? But shit happens. And maybe you get scammed. Maybe something happens. Maybe your stock goes down. Maybe you trade a cryptos. You could buy some crypto coin. It dumps. I don't know. Some shit. Maybe your girl work up with you. I don't know. But the problem with all this is it's based off of emotion. It's based off of how you feel. But the thing is, you need to figure out how to separate money from emotions. And this is exactly why, right? Let's say you make $5,000 a day, which I have multiple times now, more you. I don't feel anything from making that money because I train my brain not to think anything about that money. If you feel happy about that money, what the hell do you think you're going to do with it? You're going to want to spend that money on some bullshit you don't need. What you really should be doing is putting that money back in yourself because $5,000 in reality, based off all the money that's getting printed, is really not any money at all. Like, let's be for real. It's not a lot of money, right? So some of you guys right now who are young, maybe it will be a lot of money. But in the broad scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. Like, let's be honest here. Life is a game of tests, right? You're going to have shit that happens to you. And that's my whole point about emotions. You cannot let these emotions affect what you do on a day-to-day basis. If you let your emotions affect what you do on a day-to-day basis, you are going to struggle and you're going to fail most likely because most people feel like shit every day. If you're looking at a movie, the superheroes, I don't know, Batman, he felt like shit most of the time. He was fighting enemies the whole time or whatever, right? Shit happens. And the whole thing I'm saying is that no matter who you are, bad things are going to happen. I promise you that. That nothing bad happened to you if your parents didn't die in a car crash and your family is all alive. That's a successful day. That's a good day. That's what you have to think. There is always someone in life who wishes they could be in the position that I am and that you're in right now watching this video. It's 100% true. So that's kind of why I don't rely on emotions. Look, if you're on a hot streak, maybe you're in sales and you're selling something and you're doing really well, use that momentum, your advantage. But that should not tie with your emotions or how you feel. Everyone's like to make a lot of money. If you let emotions tie to how happy and sad you are, or even with money, if you let that tie to how happy or sad you are, you're never gonna be happy because your money is always gonna go up and down, right? Fluctuation is real. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. And you're supposed to feel sad sometimes. There's nothing wrong with feeling upset. But instead of taking those drugs, doing some shit you shouldn't do, drinking, I don't know, because you're sad, go to the gym. Like that's it, or I don't do something that's gonna help you feel better, right? Care for yourself. I've actually talked to a few people who are not in the best mental headspace right now. And what I told them was, look, I know you're not succeeding right now. I know you're not in the position you want to be right now, But instead of pouting and sitting on your ass doing nothing, let's do something about it. You have two choices. If you're in a bad spot right now, this is choice A. You do the same shit you're doing, you don't do anything to change your life. That's the L situation. You don't want that. Or B, you actually make a change and you actually try, and you actually work out, you actually care about yourself. You do things that make you feel better, right? Because again, I'm not saying that you need to work all day. You need to have some mental free space. I'm telling you, like at least a couple hours a day where you're not thinking about the shit you have to do. Because as a person right now, I have a fuck ton of stress. I deal with a lot of stress, but the people who are the most successful are able to cope with the most amount of stress, right? I would argue that I have more stress and I deal with more shit than probably 99% of people out there because I am dealing with a serious amount of money right now. And that's a problem. And it sucks. But you have to be willing to pay your dues, right? If shit happens, you have to be willing to fix the issue quicker than other people can fix it. If you want to get rich, you have to do things that other people are not willing to do. I say this shit all the time, right? So that's kind of why it goes back to the beginning of the segment. Your emotions should not affect anything about you on a day-to-day basis. And if it does, especially if you're a dude, fuck's sake, get that shit out of your ass because it's bullshit. You need to work your ass off. If you want to win, you have to work your ass off. If you're a chick or if you're a girl, same thing. You can't let emotions fuck your day up because it fucks your day up and it fucks the next day up. There is someone else you're against who is not letting their emotions derail their day, who's outworking it, who's doing more than you're doing. Right? So this is the point I'm making. I don't care who the fuck you are, but you're powerful. You have strength and you have to control your mind. The only person that can make it is you. No one else can hand you success. You are the only one who can make success, and you're also the only one who can make you a fuck up. You choose. You can be a fuck up or you can be a success story. That's up to you to decide, right? So that's the whole point I'm saying is that if I let my emotions derail how I felt and derailed my whole day, I would never be successful. And if you use emotions, you keep thinking about how you feel and you keep thinking you're depressed, then you're fucked. If you keep telling yourself you're depressed, then you're gonna be depressed. I can never be depressed. You know why I can't be depressed? I don't ever tell myself I'm depressed. Maybe my days are boring. Maybe I'm perhaps I'm on a computer all day, all my online work and just working all day and trying to make stuff happen, trying to make money move. Perhaps I'm doing that. But you know what? I'm happy, I'm blessed, I'm alive. I'm gonna keep pushing to be the most successful, best person I can be. And that's what I expect of all you guys. You're gonna work and you're gonna be successful. I saw this video the other day and it's very irrelevant to this situation, right? I saw this commentary and basically it asked, hey, would you rather be irrelevant and right or relevant and wrong? And you have to decide, right? Most people, and I would argue this too, if you're an irrelevant person, you have no meaning in society, but you work your ass off, you care for your family, and you do the best you can do, I would argue that's much better than being relevant and right. You know what I mean? If you have different opinions than everyone else, but you work your ass off and you do what you can do to provide for your family, that's all you can do. There are many people who are very successful, not in the monetary sense, like with making money, but in just like the family sense. If you want to be someone successful who your kids look up to, you have to be the person that doesn't care about how they feel and still wake up the next day and get to work.